Hello, everyone. It's your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with
your host. Hang out on air is live. Dueling book Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel logged in as Jet Black. Real life shit.
real life shit. And today we're gonna be making custom Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Hey, yo, I have a lot of ideas for custom Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I have yet to make. He's one of the most popular niggas on here. I see him constantly. So did I finish all the Fire Princess cards? I think would be my main question. So real quick, we're going to go to custom cards, and I'm going to see if I finished the Fire Princess cards. I know last time.
This one's really specific.
So Fire Princess is a card that I really like in Yu-Gi-Oh, but it doesn't have a lot of support. So I made support cards to make Fire Princess better.
Can you put pictures on?
Yeah. So I have a bunch of tabs open. One is Hero Machine, which is a website that lets you create your own, you can use them in whatever you want.
What?
And then Pixabay is a website that has royalty-free images, so we can use those to put them in. So it has a bunch of drag and drop and color options and shit like that. And there are a whole bunch of different things that work together. And you can essentially make whatever character you want. And those characters that you see on this page are things that people have made in Hero Machine.
Nice.
Yeah. So I use that to design card art a lot.
Yeah.
So I made Fire Princess Blue Flame, which is the Searcher. I made Crimson Ash, which is the Drawback Nullifier. I made Orange Embers, which is... Right now, I'm getting rocked in my rocking chair by Aiden. I feel like I'm a baby. So let's see. So that's the Destruction card used in order to get rid of your opponent's stuff. And then Violet Cinder, which is the Protection card. So the only thing that I haven't made for a Fire Princess deck is a win con card, a card that once you get it on the field and certain conditions are met, it'll help you win the game. So fuck it. I'll just play it without a win con card and just see how it goes. Aiden, do you think I'm going to get ultra cucked?
No.
No? Why not?
I'm going to get slight cucked.
I'm going to get slight cucked? That's Aiden's prediction, is that I'm going to get slight cucked. Real quick, let me get the live chat up. I want to be able to communicate with you all as we do these streams so that we can, start a dialogue. Talk about some of these cards. The death chat up? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the death chat. Dun, 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 dun. Today we're going to be making some metal Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Dun, 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 dun. From the lost souls of my defeated foes in the Shadow Realm. Dun, 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 dun.
My new favorite.
We could make a heavy metal archetype. That actually would be kind of interesting.
You should do it.
Right now, my focus is on making a Fire Princess deck. Last time, they watched me make Fire Princess cards, and I didn't make a deck. And then I played a different deck. So I feel like people want to see that Fire Princess deck that essentially never got made.
Too. But what about diplomacy?
Diplomacy?
Diplo? Diplomacy. So
Lego blocks for kids. Omacy. Omacy.
Well, diplomacy.
It's your boy, Diplomacy. That just sounds like a legitimate name.
It is. It's a rapper.
Fire Princess 1. So I'm going to make the Fire Princess deck. So the key card in a Fire Princess deck is going to be Fire Princess. If you're not running at least one Fire Princess in your deck, I think you're going to lose. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know how you expect to win the duel. So we're going to run 3 copies of Fire Princess. Then you're going to want to go into custom cards. And I've made a set of Fire Princess.
I'm just reading one part of a weird conversation online. And I jumped right in the middle, and here's what it says. That's hard to believe because you used to be Chinese.
Dun, dun, dun.
You used to be Chinese of descent. More Arab, though. I consider myself mostly Arab and Latino. Well,
Also,
that's weird because in the MicroWiki Discord you said you weren't Chinese at all. So which is it? I did. Geez, you don't know history. When I revealed my race.
When he revealed his race, what happened?
That's the end. That's the end. Thing. Yeah.
What? I don't know what's happening anymore. So now I have all the Fire Princess cards in the deck, but you may notice that there's only 15 cards, and we need at least 40 cards in order to play a game of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Not that.
So what are we gonna do for all the other cards? Yeah. So I'm probably gonna run some non-custom stuff in this deck. Dun dun dun. I mean, we already have to because it's a Fire Princess support deck. So we're gonna run 3 copies of Dark Sanctuary, which is one of my favorite field play spell cards.
I thought you were going to say my favorite Filthy Frank card.
You can make a Filthy Frank archetype. As a matter of fact, I feel like people would have loved to have seen a video of me versus you, and you like make your own custom stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw.
Can I put this card wins the game I played?
You can do stuff like that. It just makes a less interesting duel.
Every card.
You can only have 3 copies of any one card.
No, I make them each unique.
And they all win you the game.
Yeah. So you gotta kill me with your first move.
With your first move. I might be able to do that with player armor, actually. Depends on what my hand's like. Player armor is another archetype I made where you can fight alone or just without monsters.
Has that ever happened online where you just get like a really good hand and you're like, I killed him?
Yeah. That's just how Yu-Gi-Oh is sometimes. If your opponent doesn't have any defenses to like step against you, you can just kind of dick them. It just depends.
No. But I mean like before they play anything.
Oh, like before their turn?
Just be like, I did this and this and that, and now you're dead.
So you can't attack on your first turn? You would have to have some kind of alternate win condition that didn't involve like hitting them. Yeah.
Or could you just change the rules of the game so you can attack them?
So you like make a custom. I mean, that also would just be cheap. You're just like actually just making a card that breaks the rules, but
no, not making a card. If you just set your
change the rules of the game. No, you'd have to agree on that with your opponent. You'd have to be like, hey, is it okay if you can attack first turn? Yeah. That'd be weird. Why? I feel like if your opponent says yes, they probably have something to stop you and to also beat you first turn. That'd be the only reason why you'd be like, yeah, I'm down.
And it's fair.
Ooh, is it? They might be more prepared than you, my boy. That's straight up like some Mario music. So let's see. I'm gonna throw in 3 copies of Golden Ladybug, as well as my 3 copies of Aromaja that I also have in there. I really like Golden Ladybug's effect, as well as Aromajar's effect. Both let you gain life points, and they're just really great. There's not much more to say about them. I could probably make Fire Princess cards that act as a Golden Ladybug function, but that'd be weird. It probably would have you remove a flame counter from like a Fire Princess card you have on the field, gain 500 life points by revealing it in your hand. That's probably how like the Golden Ladybug one would work. And then the flip monster, it would gain a flame counter at the end of every end phase, and you could remove a flame counter, gain 500 life points. That'd be also pretty interesting. But right now we don't have that, so we just got to use these. A Dark Sanctuary Fire Princess equivalent would also just have to use flame counters. It would probably be whenever your opponent declared an attack, you could remove a flame counter from the card, and then you'd have like the 50-50 chance, just like Dark Sanctuary. And it would gain flame counters whenever a Fire Princess effect goes off, probably. Actually, yeah, I could see that working. So let's see. So we're currently at 26 cards in the deck, but we need a total of 40 cards in order for us to like actually play the game. So I'm curious what I'm going to put in. I know that my Fire Princess support cards are going to really help out. They're pretty much the crux of this deck, with stuff like Golden Ladybug just being a little bit extra, and Aroma Jar also just playing a little extra. I'm curious if I actually want to run the Dark Sanctuary stuff and the Aroma Jar and Golden Ladybug stuff. It might actually be more in my favor to, instead of playing Dark Sank, even though I love Dark Sanctuary, to maybe make this a player armor deck, so we actually throw in even more custom cards, since the stream is all about custom cards in the first place, and make it Fire Princess player armor. So essentially, I, as the player, fight alongside Fire Princess to defeat my opponent. I feel like this could either end up going really well or be really gross. It may end up becoming more of a player armor deck than a Fire Princess deck, just because there's so much fucking player armor support. I just made a lot of player armor cards. I feel like the issue there would be Fire Princess uses a lot of continuous spell card support, because I think continuous spell cards are the best type of card in the game. They're just really good, especially if they have effects that can be used as quickies, like during either player's turn. They don't go away. Gamer Spirit said, "Hey man, what's up? Yo, Gamer Spirit. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Right now I'm here with aka Winslow, and I'm trying to make a Fire Princess deck using custom Fire Princess cards that I've made. I currently need someone to duel with my deck, but I also need to finish making it.
I heard you won.
But I'm still having trouble figuring out what I'm going to actually put in my deck. So I'm working on it. Let's see. Let's see. Gamer Spirit said, "Not home right now." Understandable. I kind of forgot that I made this card called Damage Lottery. But for Damage Lottery, because I don't think I've ever shown it in a video, you can only control one face-up Damage Lottery once per turn during either player's turn. When you declare an attack or take damage from an opponent's attack, roll 1d6 and activate the appropriate effect. 1 through 4, reveal and draw the top card of your deck. If you roll a 1, gain 1,000 life points. 2, draw 1 card. 3, target 1 monster you control. If it is your turn, that monster can attack twice this turn. 4, all monsters and monster zones you control gain 1,000 attack until the end of the turn. Or a 5 or 6, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Gamer Spirit said, "Try to put the Dark Souls broken shit." He said, "If you have time later, you can check my smoothie deck support." Smoothie deck? That sounds interesting. What's a smoothie deck? So I actually would like to see that. Gamer Spirit said, "Actually admire you for streaming this." Oh, thank you kindly, Gamer Spirit. I appreciate it. If you like content like this, feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to check out Duel Logs. He's a YouTuber that I learned about recently who has some Yu-Gi-Oh content that's really interesting. I was going to shout out another YouTuber that I've been looking at, but I don't remember his name, sadly. Otherwise, I would hit that up. Let's see. Embodied Controller is also weird. So essentially, I made a bunch of cards that were inspired by Card Fight Vanguard. So we have like Back Unit Boost, Damage Lottery, Destroy, Discard, Guard, Embodied Controller. So just like 4 cards that are essentially trying to make Vanguard rules work in Yu-Gi-Oh! But I haven't made any other cards to go with it. And also, I think the way I built it is kind of shitty. I think I would make more cards to support it, or maybe change the wording on some of the cards because they're just kind of bad. I wanted to make a Fire Princess deck, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it may or may not work out, but I think I should do it. So I'm not going to incorporate the additional custom cards that I was going to originally. I'm going to go back to what I was doing before with Golden Ladybug being in the deck, which is not custom, and having Aroma Jar also in the deck. Dark Sanctuary would probably be good. Gamer Spirit said, "I like the idea of that deck." So the Vanguard one? Yeah, I think the Vanguard one would be cool. I think I made the embodied controller card a little like too bad. Let's see. Gamer Spirit said, actually working on my own support for Exodia. Oh, interesting. So what support do you think Exodia needs? Is it like more draw power for Exodia? Is it stuff to keep your plays from being disrupted? I could see Royal Magical Library just being made better, just in general. A lot of people use it as engine for their Exodia decks. But I've beaten my friend Jared before on multiple occasions because Royal Magical Library, he'll play in an attack position, and then it just kind of gets run over by a monster, and he loses all his life points. So I feel like maybe a beefier retrain of Royal Magical Library or something to help protect it would be good. And also just things that punish your opponent for doing things during their turn to help you draw would. What's on your mind, Winslow? Oh, he put both headphones in. I think he's enjoying some YouTube, which is good. Nothing wrong with that. Let's see. Dark Sanctuary. Okay, so we're going to throw Dark Sanctuary in. A to Z. And I do have some custom cards for like cards that I'll actually make. So I will do that soon. Let's see. So Gamer Spirit said I made 5 monsters that each require to banish a piece of Exodia to summon. When you control all 5 monsters, you win the duel. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, me too.
Do you banish those pieces of Exodia from the hand, field, or deck? Like, do you have to have the piece already in your hand to banish it? Or what?
Sometimes it really depends.
And is it a special summon effect? Like if you happen to have all 5 monsters in your hand, can you just be like, I banish all 5 pieces of Exodia, and you just throw them down? So they can be in your hand or in your graveyard, the Exodia pieces. So not from your deck. I see. That's definitely an interesting concept. I'd face off against you. That doesn't sound too bad. There's probably some pretty good ways to get the pieces in your grave too. Like Painful Choice and shit like that. Maybe Painful Decision is the card that I'm thinking about. But Painful Decision will straight up throw the normal monsters like out of your deck if you have. But you can't have multiple copies for real because they're Exodia pieces. So Painful Decision wouldn't work. Gamer Spirit said, but one problem. Oh, what's the one problem? Let's see. So I would throw in Dark Bribe. Probably run Solemn Strike. Put in 3 of them things. 3 of them things. So we have 3 Solemn Strikes. I still have to fill in 8 more spaces. I'm curious if I want to run Rare Gold Armor. Gamer Spirit said they are Forbidden 1 monsters, and it breaks the Exodia who is unaffected. And it breaks the Exodia who is unaffected. So you're limited down to having 1 of each card. And I understand. It does put some limits on like having an Exodia deck when you're limited to 1. So we've almost finished constructing this deck. I just need to put in 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, which is probably one of my favorite removals in the game. Removal cards. Short and sweet. It's a 1-for-1. You lose 1 card, they lose 1 card. It's not like Raigeki, which does a little too much for what it is. And Twin Twisters, I feel like, is gross because you lose 2 cards, regardless of if you destroy 2 cards. Okay, so we got stuff that can negate spells and traps. This can negate monster effects and special summons. We have some spell and trap removal in general, just to help make the deck a little bit better. We still need to fill in these last 5 slots. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a new pot card, like a new like form of Pot of Greed that uses cards in your extra deck as fodder. And that card is Pot of Indulgence. So I'll do that, and I'll just throw random cards in my extra deck because I don't run extra deck cards already. Gamer Spirit said add some hand traps. I personally don't play a lot of hand traps. The closest thing that I have is Golden Ladybug, which isn't a trap, and you reveal it in your hand and you gain life points. So the focus of the Fire Princess deck is whenever you gain life points, Fire Princess inflicts damage to your opponent, and then you can place flame counters on your Fire Princess cards and remove those counters during your turn or an opponent's turn to either add a card from your deck to your hand, to... Well, this one doesn't use flame counters. This one just gains you life points once per turn during either player's turn. It's just so that you can facilitate Fire Princess's effect. This one, Orange Embers, you remove a flame counter to destroy one card on the field, so it's like field removal. And then for this one, you remove a flame counter, and it prevents your Fire Princess cards from being destroyed or removed from the field. But you have to do that every time that would occur. Or, of course, your field can get wiped. So if your opponent plays Raigeki to get rid of your Fire Princess, you can remove a flame counter and just be like, no. Or if they try to MST a Fire Princess card you have, you can remove a flame counter and be like, no. So let's see. So we have Pot of Indulgence. I need to just fill up my extra deck with stuff. Let's see. Gamer Spirit said, I have an idea. He said you can make a Link monster that requires that lady and the removal of multiple counters. Interesting. I feel like if I was to make an extra deck monster for Fire Princess, which I do think is a good idea, it would need to be something that would have like a substantial boost over what Fire Princess already has. So Fire Princess, every time you gain life points, you inflict damage to your opponent. I think I would like Fire Princess Boss Monster who inflicted higher damage and was harder to summon. So I was actually thinking like just a higher level Fire Princess, maybe like Fire Princess like level 5. So you'd have to like tribute a Fire Princess monster you controlled. But if you did, you could then burn for like 1,000 every time you gain life points, which is really good, to be honest. That might be too strong. 800 might not be strong enough. I'd have to think about it in order to like make a balanced card, because I try not to make any custom cards that are like too strong. I try to make it somewhat fair. So can I even run this many Pot of Indulgence cards? How many do you have to get rid of? If you get rid of 6 cards from your extra deck face down, you can draw 1 card. So you really only need to run 12 to get multiple Pot Indulgence uses out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then I just throw in another 3, and then I'm good, and it can be whatever I want. So I'm going to throw in Lightning, and I probably don't want to run as many Pot of Indulgences as I did, so I can probably just run 2 of them things, 2 of them things. Gamer Spirit said you can make it a level mechanic and then run level up to have a level up into it. I could see that. So we have Pot of Indulgence. I'll throw in like Upstart Goblin. That are 1 day a piece, actually. I just need to remember what 1 day a piece does. Oh, wait a minute. I just realized what I need to have. What I need to run is Messenger of Peace. That's like the key card that I normally run in decks like this that I just completely forgot about and haven't set. Gamer Spirit said try running Pot of Desires with Soul Absorption, and then he said actually put your whole extra deck into the side deck. So I understand where you're coming from with Soul Absorption. I've actually tried to do that with Fire Princess before. The way it works, sadly, is you gain all the life points at once. At least that's how it was on Dueling Nexus. So it didn't make it where when you banish the cards that they took damage for each card you banished. Instead, they took 500 damage and you gained a whole bunch of life points, but you didn't burn that many. I was disappointed. I thought I had like a solid system going on, but it just doesn't work mechanically the way that it may seem when you read the card.
I can't believe you lost, dude.
I haven't even played the Dueling. I do need to start making more custom cards, though. I feel like this deck should be fine. When someone's online who's available to play against me, feel free to hit me up either in the live chat or on Dueling Book, and I'll face you. But I think now I need to start focusing on actually making custom cards, not just making a deck using custom cards. Let's see. So I'm going to go into the custom card creator, and I have a few ideas for custom cards already. Oh, he said, why is your whole extra deck in the side?
I'll tell you why.
Oh, I put it in my side deck. That's what he was saying. I thought you told me to put it in my side. Gamer Spirit said, just sub to you, bro. Yo, thank you kindly for smashing that subscribe button. Truly appreciate it.
No problem, dude. Thanks.
Parabola. No parabola. Let's see. So I'm going to go back in and fix that real quick. You're right. I didn't realize that I was putting all the extra deck in the side. So let me go back in. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. To Fire Princess 1. And let me fix that. Then I'm going to start working on a Great Warrior archetype. So I really love the card Tyler the Great Warrior. Have I told you about it, Winslow?
No.
Tyler the Great Warrior was a Make-A-Wish Foundation card where this kid, like, his one wish he had was like, I want to make my own Yu-Gi-Oh monster. So they like let him make it, and it's like a weird Goku Naruto combination card where it's like a ninja, but he's Super Saiyan, and he's got a sword, and he like throws kunai and shit. But his card has no support because it's a one-of-a-kind card. He didn't make it an archetype. Oh, I'm not currently messing with it. I'll show it to you on the side. I'm going to make support for that card to make it better, is like what I'm gonna do.
So nobody uses it?
So it's super rare. It's like hella expensive to get. He got one, of course, because it's his card, but there are very few that exist.
And paid for his trade.
I don't know more of the story. That would have been interesting if that's like what he did. He could have just asked for money then. Gamer Spirit said, oh my God. He said, I admire you so much for wanting to support Tyler, the Great Warrior archetype. I've just always wanted to play it, but he has a lot of limitations. So they made it where you can't special summon Tyler, which is kind of gross. So I'm going to try and make it where you can get around it. Yeah, the boy's name is Tyler, and then the monster is Tyler the Great Warrior. So this monster cannot be special summoned. When this card destroys a monster as a result of battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. So he has 3,000 attack. If he kills a 2,000 attack monster, he already deals 1,000. And then when he destroys it, it'll deal 2,000 because that's 2,000 attack. So it deals a total of 3,000 from that one attack.
Can it hurt other cards?
What do you mean hurt other cards?
Like if you had multiple cards played, is it like once it knocks out that one, it fucks the other ones too?
So once it kills one thing, it kills other things? I have ideas for support that's kind of like that. So the idea would be that Tyler the Great Warrior would be able to... Oh, you're showing off Trappin' in Japan 3? Trappin' in Japan 3 was the first Trappin' in Japan mix that I heard. It's pretty good. Let's see. Gamer Spirit said summon one Tyler from your hand, ignoring summoning conditions can be a card. That is straight up an idea for a card that I have. I think it does a little more than just let you special summon them from the hand.
Everybody never stops shitting themselves.
So let me scroll down. So the drawback nullifier card that I have is you contribute this card to special summon a level 8 Great Warrior monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. You can destroy or discard this card to add one Great Warrior monster from your deck or area to your hand. So it'll be a searcher slash a tribute special summon, similar to what the creator does with the Creator Incarnate. The Creator, by the way, is a card that I do want to support at some point. Used to be one of my favorites, but Gamer Spirit said it makes Tyler ineffective for that turn. Now I have another idea for protection. It's Protection Aura. And it's an aura that Tyler gets whenever he destroys a monster on the field by battle. So I'm going to try and implement it like that. I don't want to make him seem too overpowered. So I don't want stuff like Tyler straight up unaffected by card effects. Maybe as a trump card. One thing that I've been having trouble with is figuring out how to make trump cards for my deck. Like the boss monster or like an additional win kind of thing. Also, I'm gonna need to get water at some point. I realize I've been talking a lot, and I just haven't like had any water. Gamer Spirit said, or when it attacks, it can attack again. Double attack is really powerful because of the fact that Tyler the Great Warrior is already a warrior. There are equips that are specifically made to like help with that kind of thing. So we currently have Tyler the Great Warrior. So we need to make additional Great Warrior monsters. So I'll make the drawback nullifier one first. I feel like all cards that need support normally have drawbacks that are like built into their card text. So the drawback nullifier is just a card that says, screw those setups, you can get out of it. Gamer Spirit said, make it Tyranno-like. Oh, Tyranno's so broken. I'm not a big fan of Tyranno. I probably don't need to include the words drawback nullifier in his card text. There we go. And then scoot that up. You can tribute this card to special summon a level 8 Great Warrior monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. You can destroy or discard this card to add 1 Great Warrior monster from your deck to your hand. I'm going to make it a monster. Tyler the Great Warrior, I believe, is a light type warrior, but I'm going to make sure of that by doing a quick Google search Oh, it's Earth. It is type, fine. A Earth monster. He said make it Tyler the Little Warrior. And then it's like this card is always treated as Tyler the Great Warrior. I like where you're coming from with that. I might do something like that. We'll see. So we'll put it, it's an effect monster.
Sell your unique Yu-Gi-Oh card for money.
Sell your unique Yu-Gi-Oh card. Warrior, effect, ability, no ability. He said, or Tyler the Small Warrior. Let's see, Earth. If I were to make a card that was like a smaller version of Tyler the Great Warrior, I'm gonna make his level and attack half of the like normal bigger Great Warrior Tyler. So he has 1500 attack, and normally he has 1500 defense, Tyler the Great Warrior. But I guess I'll give him like 750, so that if you multiply it together, it'd be 1500. So he's like half as good as the normal Tyler. And he lets you Tyler by attributing. I could also give him the generic Tyler effect. It's weird to call it generic necessarily, but he could also, when he destroys a monster by battle, deal that damage to an opponent. So I'll actually just straight up copy that card text off of the Wikia and just slap it on him. And then I have to design his art, which is going to be really interesting. He says, doesn't Tyler the Great Warrior have 2700 attack? I believe Tyler the Great Warrior is a 3000, 1500. We're about to see when we pull up the Wikia page. We gotta wait for it to load in. While it's loading, give me one moment. I'm gonna grab some water. I have not had any water in a hot minute. I'm like dehydrated. Give me water.
So thirsty.
So thirsty. I barely have any water in my bottle of water. You're just making noise. What are you doing? And then he said, oh, never mind. The way my water bottle shakes when it's like almost empty, you barely get anything out of it when you try to sip. It's really bad. Oh, I looked at your phone screen and it showed like water and like an animal in it. It reminded me, Jason Momoa recently did an interview, the guy who's going to star in Aquaman, and someone asked him, yo, do you like believe that Atlantis might be real after you did that movie? And Jason Momoa was like, yeah, you know, I could see it. And he was like, it's not that different from like dinosaurs. Like in his comparison for believing in it. And I was like, what? I feel like it's substantially different from like,
like dinosaur bones, you just dig. in a lot of places. There it is.
Yeah, there they are.
This is like, so you got to find like statues and proof of a human civilization, but like we've scoured most of the globe and discovered a significant amount of the ocean and nothing.
And I'm going to throw on the effect when this card destroys a monster as a result of battle.
That specifically look in the places where it's supposed to be there and it's not. So
we're going to throw in that effect. So it has the normal Tyler the Great Warrior effect, as well as the tribute effect. I also wouldn't mind throwing in the same cannot be special summon clause, but that's probably unnecessary. There's probably like no reason to do that. Okay, so I put a little spacing in the card. I know some people hate that. Gamer Spirit said, by the way, if you're custom dueling random guys, you need to run Annoying Dog. What is Annoying Dog? Like, what does that do? That sounds interesting for sure. For level/rank, there's going to be a level 4.
What the fuck?
What's up?
So I'm trying to get it to play like... Oh, no, it is playing in my ear. Okay.
Is it just quiet?
I thought it was playing out loud, and I was like, fuck.
I would tell you if it was playing out loud.
But I thought it wasn't. I was like,
So I'm about to design the card art for the Great Warrior card using Hero Machine. So this will be a good chance for you to see how Hero Machine works, because you seem the most interested in like the art design part. Gamer Spirit says it negates instant wins. Do you need it in your hand to negate it? There we go. I really needed like a substantial sip of water. So right now I'm trying to get Flash Player to work on Hero Machine so I can get started on working on this Great Warrior monster. It said look at your card's text and make it ignore except of ignore. Last part of what you said in the live chat looks like it got cut off or just is oddly written. Let's see. I think I have an idea. So Tyler the Great Warrior would become Relight the Great Warrior. I dig that. It's just Tyler spelled backwards as a way for it to be kind of like an homage. So right now I'm still trying to get Flash Player Machine. I need it. So I'll be able to design the card. Let's see, he said Annoying Dog is an extra deck monster that banishes at the beginning of the duel and negates all instant win effects. Couldn't people just put in their instant win card text that they can like ignore the effect of Annoying Dog? It's interesting. Is Annoying Dog like commonly played then? And if that's the case, then why would people even play instant wins anymore if Annoying Dog's like the meta? There we go. Now we can run Flash. And it shouldn't be too hard for us to make our own Great Warrior monster. We'll use Tyler the Great Warrior's card art as and try and make something that looks somewhat close to Tyler the Great Warrior. Excuse me. So still waiting for Hero Machine to load so we can get in there. Make that monster. Also on Google Drawing, I should probably open a drawing that I already have made before for designing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I like to do the sparkly, colorful background that all that things do. Let's see. Gamer Spirit said, I'm saying you can search Google for Goku plus Naruto. So whenever I make my custom cards, I actually like to go out of the way of like making my own. For the Fire Princess deck, I did kind of cheat. I just used Fire Princess and changed her color and made them different colored flames. But even when I did that, I liked the idea of doing that. I wasn't just doing it for whatever. This would have a different background now I think about it. It won't have the same color splash that I'm looking for. It might under all of this. We'll see how this goes. But I think this will have the colorful background that I want. I forgot I made a Namek deck on Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, not on Yu-Gi-Oh! On Dueling Book. I still need to play that at some point. I think Kirby would love the Namek deck. Namek deck may not be complete. So I think under all these images, I have the backdrop that I've been using for a lot of my custom cards. Hero Machine's still loading. I feel like right now I just have a lot of tabs open, so my computer's freaking out a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to get rid of the binoculars, get rid of the dice, get rid of the pen and pad. There we go. And that's the background that I like to use on a lot of my Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. I think it looks really dope. And if you get close and away from the screen, it looks like it flashes at you, that background. So it has a really nice effect. It's almost like you're playing with like a hollow card. So now I'm just waiting for Hero Machine to fully load up. There we go.
What?
So I've loaded up Hero Machine. I'm just messing with it.
Ooh, 1:50 p.m.
Oh, so we have about 10 minutes. Gamer Spirit said, sorry if I'm talking too much. You're not talking too much. You're doing well. He said, by the way, I wanted to make an archetype support, but didn't have the tools to. Want to help me make toy support? So do you mean like you didn't have the tools to like draw it? Because I can tell you right now, I'm not good at art. I'm not good at art at all. I write. I'm actually like a published author. Like when it comes to writing things is what I'm really good at. But I'm not good at drawing, as you'll soon see. That's why I use Hero Machine, is because I'm not good at drawing stuff myself. So Hero Machine has a bunch of like pre-made assets, and we're going to try and use those pre-made assets in order to design the character that we want. And as you can see, some of the assets are like flashing by on the screen as we make it. Gamer Spirit says, I can't draw anything. Then you probably would want to use Hero Machine as well. So right now it's still clicking through, giving us all the available assets. It's still loading in more stuff. I'm definitely going to give it a sword, no doubt. The finished design. Okay, so I think it's ready for us to start playing with it. Hopefully they have that anime style Goku hair or something to that effect. See buzz cuts. That's just a brain. Fire looks kind of close to the idea of like Goku hair, but not quite. Then he said give it non-Super Saiyan Goku hair. So just like spiky hair in general. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be too anime like the selections that they have in this game. I like this longer hair design, but not necessarily for like a Saiyan character. Let's see, that's a mohawk, but it doesn't spike necessarily in the way that you would want. Here's flames, but it's like their head, so it's not really like spiky anime hair. I might go with a longer hair option, this kind of like shaggy, or maybe like the hair where it goes to the side. I'll still make it yellow though, regardless of like what I do with it. Still try and give it like that Super Saiyan flair to it. even though it's not like spiked out. Oh wait, I know what you're saying, Gamer Spirit. The idea is to make it look like they're in base form almost, and then when they become the Great Warrior, it's like they get the power up. Okay, do that, then we would make the hair black. Ooh, that looks like really black, like too black. We won't mess with colors too much until like a little later on. And then you said exactly that. Okay. So if we want to give him hair that looks Super Saiyan, not Super Saiyan-esque, but Goku-esque pre it spiking up, I'm not sure if they have a good option for that. Right now we're looking at standard. Let's look at expansion 1 and see what's inside expansion 1. Expansion 1 definitely gives us a few more options. So we have that. It's not really that tall and spiky. That's like a Wolverine cut. This is definitely a Wolverine cut. There's more anime-like hair, but not necessarily on like a base Goku level. That kind of reminds me of like a Trunks kind of thing. I think I might give him like a little Trunks mop top thing. So we'll put that on him. So that'll be interesting. I'm curious if I want to leave it white or not. I might just leave that white. Then we'll go from hair to pants, because the Great Warrior didn't even like wear. I got it. We can also give it a belt, just to get that out of the way. It's not hard to just give someone like a ninja belt. So we'll put a belt on him. Go into pants. So I only have 5 more minutes left before I have to end the stream.
Good enough.
So hopefully we can finish one card or we can finish the stream. So let's see. Pants. I saw like leggings and over leggings, and I'm like, but where are the pants though? Let's see. Gamer Spirit said, in Dragon Ball, Trunks is only Saiyan who had not spiky, and he said, so that's your option. Okay, so we're getting that like ninja look going just a bit. This is working a little better. Next, we want to give him some shoes. But you got to do it by right foot and left foot, which is kind of annoying. I know why they have it like that, because you can opt for them to be different. Okay, so I'll be right foot. Let's see. Gamer Spirit said, well, I'll head out. It's 3 a.m. here. Oh, wow, that's early. He said, I'll catch you later. Oop, catch you later, Gamer Spirit. I hope you have a wonderful day. Let's see, and we'll go from right foot to left foot. And then we'll flick through the different options for left foot to give them that left shoe. So it would be this would be the equivalent. Next up, we're going to add color to the different shoes. Probably should edit these things. Color 2 values. Yeah, there we go. Their color 1 values go a little too hard. Right now, my boy Winslow, he's just flicking his foot. I don't know what's going on. Let's see, Tyler the Great Warrior. So I still only have 3 minutos in order to finish up. So let's see if I can do it. So the belt needs to be black. The pants can stay white. So we're going to give him a black belt. We can probably give him a kunai, now that I think about it, as well. Did making the second color black do nothing for the belt? Yeah, it does nothing for the belt for the second color to be black.
Let's make that 2 minutes.
Let's see. Then I want to edit his hair color. We can give him a black mop. I forgot that he doesn't have a face. I didn't put any eyes or anything on his face. He'll just keep the white hair. The white hair is fine. And then we'll give him a mouth. It's weird to do that as like an afterthought. Ew. All the mouths look weird. Like oddly cartoony. I guess that'll work. I think it's in large part because he doesn't have a nose. Or ears, yeah. I think it looks cartoony because I just haven't given him like basic facial details. I believe Winslow is whistling through his nose. Let's see. That'll work, actually. I'm fine with that nose. And then we'll give him ears. So we'll pop some ears on your boy. That one guy, Kel, said, hello. Yo, Kels, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Those ears are way too big. That'll be fine, just so that he has ears. So we have our Great Warrior card that we're currently working on. More or less finished up. I need to give him a skin tone. That looks odd. It's because it has like the white strips in between. I also don't remember what skin tone I just gave him as his main tone. There we go. That actually fleshed it out a little bit. I could probably give him a lighter flesh tone than that. Okay. And then I'm trying to finish him up. Oh, it's like 2:01. We would end the stream right here. I just want to finish this one card. I spent a lot of the stream making a deck, but not making a card. Nerd Tanker's like, Jet, yo, Jet, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. I mean, yo, Nerd Tanker, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. Right now, I'm working on a Great Warrior card. This will be the first of many Great Warrior cards, as I have plans for like a full archetype. Okay. So this will be... Oh, I still need to give him a sword, too. So we're going to go into... I got you. I want to finish him. All right, now I'm here with Winslow. So I need to finish at least one card before I like end the Let's Make Custom Card stream. I spent too much time working on a deck. Can I put a sword on his back? Also, how am I going to make a card and not give him an aura? So he can have that aura. It can be layered, which is interesting. It's kind of weird. That's really basic. And then it can be like a static electricity. We're going to go with this. He kind of is giving me some Danny Phantom vibes right now with the way that the aura is set up. Ooh, that's interesting. I think I want to do an inverted version of that. So more like that. But maybe it doesn't need to be yellow. Maybe make it like blue. There we go. So we're giving him his own aura, and we're going to give him a sword. And maybe we'll give him a sword in one hand and like a kunai in the other. So he's got a sword here. We're going to work on the sword colors. Let's see, yellow over there. And then yellow and blue blade. What does Tyler the Great Warrior sword look like? It kind of has yellow and blue on it. You don't get to actually see like the blade part. So this will be okay. So we got this. I definitely made him a darker skin tone than Tyler the Great Warrior. But he's not meant to be the same card. He's like a weaker card out of the two. So let's see. And then in his left hand, I could give him a kunai. So we're going to put a kunai in his left hand. Kind of little throwing dagger or knife. So not that. That's definitely not a kunai. Ooh, they got a lot of gun options. I wonder, do they have like a ninja pack? That would really help. Ooh, they have a pack straight up just for blades. That's more or less what I want. That's closer to a kunai, but not quite. It's like a little big for a kunai. What's this? So that's like he's holding the throwing knives in between his fingers. That's kind of dope. And then this is just like a throwing knife. If you pick this one, that's not really a throwing knife. That's just straight up a dagger. That one guy, Kel, said, well, this guy isn't really that strong. So he exists mainly to go into Tyler the Great Warrior. But until then, he's like a half as strong version of Tyler the Great Warrior. So just not as good. And let's see, R-E. Well, no, there'd be an L right there. So his name is Relight, which is just Tyler backwards. And he's essentially our Yu-Gi-Oh! Super Saiyan character, part of the Great Warrior archetype, which is one of my favorite archetypes that doesn't really have anything behind it. So we're going to change his background to just be blank. There we go. That'll make it easier to edit him into pictures. Excuse me. And now I've taken a screenshot of the screen. We're going to go in here. We're going to insert and crop the screenshot. Then after we insert and crop the screenshot, we're going to be able to up the transparency. So we'll give him like a colorful background in the back. It should be pretty ball. And then that one guy, Kel, said, then call him Steve, the pretty dope warrior. He's not necessarily great. He's pretty dope. I'm adding the Great Warrior in his name, mainly to make it where he's like easy to work with the archetype. In other words, making him like easily searchable by cards that search out Great Warrior cards. Let's see. So we've got that. You guys can probably hear your boy Aiden snickering in the background. He's eating Coke and Mentos. Okay, so we've cropped him out. And now we're going to increase the size of the frame. So we got a better look at his card art. And I'll probably, now that I think about it, do the opposite of what I think people think I'll do for him. So increase the size. I'll try and get him like in the middle, just about if I can. Okay, cool. Then we're going to bring that to the front. And you guys may be like, what? Why would you bring it to the front? But we're going to do format options. And then we're going to just make it very transparent. So that you get like the effect of the glow, but it doesn't like overpower him. Which I think is an interesting idea. So it kind of still like irradiates from his shape. That being said, I think Tyler's overpowering it. Let's order send it back. Well, if you send it back, then Tyler's a little too good. I need to crop Tyler. Is he too tall for the frame? It just looks like he's not fully in frame. Let's see. That one guy, Kel, said, is he eating Coke and Mentos or Coke, Wink, and Mentos? So he has like the mint flavored Mentos, and he has like a original taste Coke Classic in a bottle. Get yours now today at your local Walgreens. Let's see. I was surprised when I learned that not all areas have Walgreens. I wasn't aware of that. I've always lived like near a Walgreens.
It's been 10 minutes past.
I gotta finish this card, Aiden.
Oh no, it's gonna take like 85 minutes.
85 minutes. That's such a specific amount of time. Let's see. And then we get the little glow effect on him. That's interesting, to say the least. So we have the glow effect. Is there any way that I can make that backdrop look a little more interesting? So order, send it back. I might want to make him look a little more cartoony. Wow, that looks hella cartoony. It's like a very strong style change. And then we're going to send this to the front. And then maybe turn up the brightness. Ooh, too bright, too bright. That looks dope. Yo, that one guy, Kel, said, I think it'll take more of 76 minutes and 876.765 milliseconds.
Well, it's taking longer and longer.
What do you think? I like just made that.
I mean, my one concern is all the Jello around now.
Like, what kind of Jello is that? Is it blue raspberry?
I imagined it was like a Gatorade Jello.
Gatorade Jello.
Yeah. Glacier
Ice Gatorade Jello. Let's see. That one guy, Kel, said, I think he looked a lot better before, to be honest. I don't know why I'm vibing with the cartoon art style. But I really like how he looks. I could turn the contrast back down because he doesn't have to be too cartoony. It kind of reminds me of like Hercules now. He kind of took on his own shape. He's a little different from Tyler. He's not as anime as Tyler. But I don't know. He kind of has his own identity. Even though he's a great warrior monster and he exists solely just to be a great warrior monster and support Tyler. right as I was gonna download the card, my computer was like needing to reconnect to the internet. Okay, there we go. Oh, I timed out due to activity. No, we were so close. I had the card typed out and everything. I should have just hit upload then on the card. That's my bad. So it'll take a little bit longer. I have the image done, but now I need to redo the card text. Almost. So I had finished the card art. I had already typed up the card text. And then I'm like, all I got to do is put the art in and I'm done. And the dueling book was like, it took you so long to draw the card that you timed out. And then I got to go back in and I got to do that again.
14 minutes over.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. That one guy, Kel, said, all around me are familiar faces. Right now, Aiden's watching a black YouTuber I've never seen before. I don't know what he talks about. Whatever it is, it's funny. It's getting Aiden a laugh at least a few times on occasion. Right now, Dueling Book is struggling to get itself off its feet. Come on, Dueling Book. I'm only opening Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia because I need the card text for Tyler the Great Warrior. There we go. Duel. You gotta get in there. So we're still trying to connect in. Then we're going to go to custom cards. That one guy, Kel, said, I think your friend might have been accurate saying this would take 87 minutes. Ha, I disagree. Relight the Great Warrior. I put an E in great somehow. Let's see. So we got relight. Then I need the card text from Tyler to go at the beginning. And then at the end, we put in the drawback nullifier stuff. And I have to put back in that he's an Earth Warrior type monster and blah, 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 blah. So go back in here. Then add a little space. And then I have the drawback nullifier text already copied, so I can just paste that in. And then get rid of the nullifier. So when this card destroys a monster as a result of battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. You can attribute this card to special summon a level 8 Great Warrior monster at summoning conditions. You can destroy or discard this card to add 1 Great Warrior monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So let's see, we set it up. It's a monster card. Level 4. It's going to have 1500 attack and 750 defense, making it half as good as your boy Tyler the Great Warrior. It's an effect monster. It's a warrior type monster. So we're going to throw that in. Ba-da-ba-bow. So warrior effect monster, it is Earth. So it's an Earth monster. Then we hit everyone. So I want everyone to be able to play it. Don't know why I said be able twice. Cool. So he's now added to custom cards, and now I just hit browse image button. Let's see. That one guy, Kel, said, why is there such a big space in the card text? I don't like having the multiple sentences in card text like touching. I know that's the normal Yu-Gi-Oh format, but I just feel like it looks too cramped. It's kind of gross, especially if you don't have too much text on the card. You can just separate it out and it just doesn't look as bad. So all I need to do, Aiden, is upload the image for the card. but my download screen is like currently like loading. It's trying its best. Okay, so I'm jamming that double click, trying to get relight out there on the card. Oh gosh, that doesn't look nearly as good as how it looked in Google Drawing. So in Google Drawing, Aiden, it looks like this.
Right.
In Dueling Book, he's got this big ass white. What is that? What
it's
is
just the normal game? It's in the game.
Man. So now I want it to not look like trash. How do I fix that? That was a hard cut. So I know I amped up the brightness on the light in the background, like behind relight. So I need to send this to back, because that's just a shitty card art. So send it back. That one guy, Kel, said, man, it really be like that sometimes. Yeah, it can be weird. So I'm going to try and crop it a little bit more. Give it a little less white on the sides. That still won't solve my problem if I don't actually do like a real edit change. So Kells prefers it at its more original settings. So at like 0. So that's how it used to look before I boosted the contrast. If we put the contrast in the opposite direction, he gets like really dark. Kel said, can't you save the image from the website instead of cropping a screenshot? So on the website, it's like, take a screenshot of the image. And the save option that the website has is really weird. It's something like you copy this big code in, and then if you put the code back in the website can reassemble all those pieces together. Is the way that it works, which is also just kind of gross. I feel like the big issue is that I was trying to make his background transparent instead of what I had done before, which was try and make the card transparent. Right now I'm getting a call from my wife. Yo, Maddie, how are you doing? Ooh. Ooh. Are we going to do magic stuff? Ooh, ballin'. Are you hyped for the exam? You got this. I believe in you. No problem. Right now I'm hanging out. Oh, no, you're good. You've been reading a lot of your book? Warrior goddess or protection magic? Fair enough. Ooh, ballin'. I'm excited to check them out. Right now, your boy Aiden is getting annoyed because I was supposed to end the live stream like forever ago, but I'm working on a Yu-Gi-Oh card and it turned out like ugly. I'm like, no, it can't. So I'm trying to fix it. Oh, thank you. Maddie says it's cool. She can't even see it. That one guy, Kells, on the live chat said, well, unfortunately, I gotta go. I'll see you later, fam squad. He said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more hip and cool Minecraft Fortnite videos. Thank you kindly, that one guy, Kells. It's interesting that his like logout from the live chat is like a video logout.
Of course. Maybe he does hip and cool Minecraft Fortnite videos.
Maybe that's exactly what he does. Everything I'm doing to try and make this look less ugly is making it look more ugly. It's a struggle. Aesthetically, it looks ugly. What? I don't want to play an ugly card, even if it does something that is ugly. It's not made to be ugly. I may have to abandon the like colorful background thing that I wanted to do. That looks a little bit better. Now this nigga's looking like a ghost. Aiden, how do you feel about him looking like a ghost? You can barely see him.
I think 24 minutes.
So Aiden's just talking about how long it's been. That's not good criticism. You're not telling me anything. It's not, how do I fix it? What if I make... We don't. That just means we have the day to hang out for the most part, which is going to be pretty ballin'. This is looking less ugly. It's just hard to see. Oh, okay. Aiden dropped his phone, but it's fine. It's not like that one time when he dropped it in the bathroom. He dropped it in the... It broke, like, in the bathroom. It was a crime.
Is it Maddie?
This is Maddie who I'm talking to.
Maddie.
Aiden says, hi, Maddie. Maddie said, hey. Aiden waved, but he didn't unbend his fingers, so it looked like a claw. It was like he's a cheetah. Cheetah wave. Cheetah girls. She asked if you're a cheetah girl. He shrugged and then nodded yes. She says, that's great.
Ask if she is.
Maddie says she might need a signature or an autograph or something. It's worse. The cards work. Yeah. I don't know how it is.
Ask if she is.
Aiden is wondering if you're a cheetah girl. She says she was in a past life, but now she's just famous. I don't know how I made it worse, Aiden. This is a... Maddie says she's like Kim Kardashian. She has no reason to be famous, but she is anyways. Your boy Aiden had put on his headphones and played a video. He heard nothing of what he said.
What did she say?
She says she's like Kim Kardashian. She's famous, but she has like no reason to be.
I mean, like sex tapes are a pretty arguable reason.
Aiden said sex tapes are a pretty arguable reason to be famous. She said, you can make a bad sex tape and not be famous. I feel like people are famous for bad sex tapes. People will still watch it.
Her dad was famous, and also she had sex with another famous person.
Aiden's... Maddie's like, wasn't she on ecstasy when she did that? I don't think that makes you less famous. He didn't say that, but that's my thought on that. Aiden brought up some good points. She's like, her dad was famous. I don't know why I said she, like. Aiden was like, her dad was famous, and she had sex with another famous person. So she gets like proximity fame. Maddie said, I guess. Maddie asked if she has sex with someone famous, does that make her famous?
To the extent that news off of that person is famous, yeah.
He says to the extent that news off of that person is famous. I disagree. I'd say to the extent of how publicly known it is that you had sex with that famous person.
That's what I mean.
Oh, that's what you mean?
So like how famous?
She said, what about sex with the ghost of a famous person?
You could argue it, but because that person's not there and a lot of people don't believe in ghosts, you'd have significantly less traction. They'd probably be in one of those like weird like drugstore fucking magazines that's like had sex with the ghost of.
Aiden said that would probably only be like in a tabloid, like the concept that you had like ghost. I mean, I almost said you had ghost. You had sex with a ghost. Ghost sex. That's where I was going. Because he says not many people believe in celebrity ghosts or ghosts in general. It's still shitty, but it's better. The card, that's a lot better.
You should just do it because you're 30 minutes over. Ooh, it took you longer than I said. I said 85 minutes, 90 minutes.
Yeah, you can. No one checks to make sure they're not broken. Maddie said that's silly. So part of the custom card archetype is you take that risk that your opponent could just be playing that bullshit. That's why I normally play with like friends, because I feel like my friends wouldn't do me like that. Woo, Maddie, shots fired. Maddie's like, but I feel like you do them like that. Like I'd make like a bullshit card that my friends couldn't beat. No. What? What, Aiden, do you think I do that?
Yes.
Why?
Because Yu-Gi-Oh is terrible. You gotta do anything to make it even slightly interesting.
Aiden's just hating on Yu-Gi-Oh. But no, Maddie, I wouldn't cheat you out. I would make good cards.
You wouldn't cheat her out?
I wouldn't make like broken cards. You know what I mean? It's too much. So I keep trying to fix this picture. I'm hoping that I can fix this picture. Fingers crossed, Aiden, that I can fix this picture. He's not paying any attention. Ooh, from Dragon Pre? Ballin'. So what's got you into pendulums? Because I do like pendulums. You might enjoy it. Oh, I can help you with that. Okay, for now, this will be his card. I hate this little trim part at the top of the picture. I don't know why it does that. It also does it at the bottom. But for now, this will be Relight the Great Warrior. So I'm about to end the stream. Real quick, Relight the Great Warrior is a card that I introduced to the Great Warrior archetype. He's a level 4 Warrior Earth monster with 1500 attack and 750 defense. When this card destroys a monster as a result of battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. You can tribute this card to special summon a level 8 Great Warrior monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. You can destroy or discard this card to add 1 Great Warrior monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So that is the custom card that we made. Sorry it took me so long to get the art done and everything finished up for it. But now it's finally available for you all to play and test if you would like to on Dueling Book. So if you want to hit it up, feel free to just type in Relight the Great Warrior and add it to your deck. Anyways, thank you all for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, 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 ring that notification bell so we notified whenever we do these live streams. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with Maddie yelled her name over the phone. Aiden is watching a video. He has no idea what's going on. Logging out. Peace.